It's the A-List. Autumn Joy live.
Hello, my love. You look amazing as usual.
Oh, so do you. You're such a beauty. You're a natural beauty. You're beautiful when you're made up. It don't even matter. Don't even matter. How you doing, my love?
I'm good, girl. When I tell you I have had a day, but I have been looking forward to the A-List. This is my way that I unwind on Wednesdays, so I'm ready. I'm ready to kick it off. I'm excited about our guest tonight, too.
I am too. Oh my gosh. So just in a few minutes, we're going to bring up a dear friend. I mean, I've been friends with this young lady for, I'm not going to tell you how many years. It's been a lot. I mean, a long, long, long time. I'm close friends with Javonne Harley and her husband, Eugene Harley. Javonne is the president of Advantage International. We're going to tell you all about that in just a minute, but she's standing by. We've got lots to tell. She's got lots to tell. But Autumn, so much has been going on lately. Of course, the president had his State of the Union. And, in other news, Kim and Kanye officially divorced today. What do you think about all that?
I'm happy. Oh my gosh. I think for me to say that I was tired of talking about them inside of my Hollywood crunch is a lot,
It was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It went from like salacious to kind of like, all right, y'all, I'm so sorry to have to talk about this again. I was getting messages from my live squad, like, seriously, Autumn, we'll listen to anything, we'll talk about anything else but Kim and Kanye. And I had to apologize. Like, literally, it got to the point where I had to preface my stories with, hey guys, I got another Kim and Kanye update. Sorry in advance.
But it's your job. I mean, it's what you do. You got to let them know. And they're always doing something crazy. I hope he just calms down now. It's like, let it go. Yeah. You're divorced. He didn't contest it. So you're divorced. Move on. Yeah. Live your life. Let her live her life because she's.
And that's what it boils down to. It's the fact that Kim has been asking for this for a very long time.
Right? Over a year. Yeah.
Yeah, for a while. And so the fact that Kanye is now agreeing to it, which I don't like. I don't like the fact that once Kanye decides, that now Kim comes out of it. Yeah, I didn't like that either. But then again, too, I just feel like Kanye now, his new boo, kind of resembles Kim and kind of has that kind of Kim look. So I feel like, all right, he thinks he finally got a replacement for Kim and can move on. So, but Kanye's going to be Kanye.
Kanye's going to be Kanye. And so we're going to move on, just like we're asking Kanye to. Just move on. So, Autumn, did you hear about this crazy story? Delta Airlines. Oh, my gosh. Do you hear about that? This Black woman is sitting next to these two white women, and the women are complaining that they didn't have enough room. They, felt like they should have more space on their Delta Airlines flight. And apparently they were complaining for about an hour, right, to the flight attendant. So what does the flight attendant do? She looks to the Black woman and said, excuse me, there's an empty seat in the back. So we're going to need you to give up your window seat in row 15, and go to the back of the bus plane to row 34. And she didn't complain. She, might have mumbled something. She got up and moved. She did. And it's all over the news now. And Delta, what are you doing? This happened 2022. She got Rosa parked.
I'm surprised sis moved. I would have looked at that flight attendant and put my headphones back on, adjusted my pillow, and went back to sleep. Like, are you kidding me? If they're uncomfortable, move one of them. I'm not moving.
That's the thing. They're the ones complaining. Move one of them. Sis had nothing to do with it. Not talking to them, not involved in the conversation.
I'm speechless. I mean, and it's not, honestly, the 2022 thing it's because there's so much stuff that's happening to Black people. The situation going over in Ukraine with the Africans because they're Black, and it's like nothing is beyond me. I don't care what year we're in. If you are Black, it is very clear and obvious that we are second-class citizens, no matter the situation. And when I hear stuff like this, it just makes me feel like what they always say, unless we change, history is going to continue to repeat itself. And that's literally what we're seeing and we're encountering. So I want to know who sis is and be like, girl, why did you move? You're not going to move me to the back of the plane. So like these Caucasians can be comfortable. Like, no,
Comfortable. Right.
work.
I sent you the story. You can check it out when you get a
Send that
chance.
to me.
Hey, Tammy. She goes, "Oh my, I didn't hear about that. Just Google Delta Airlines black woman. It'll come up. I'm pretty sure."
Bunch of stories I'm sure will come up about Delta and racism. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress. Craziness. So, okay, I know we talked about this last week, and I could not help myself. I watched the Tinder Swindler documentary. Did you see it?
I didn't, but my intern, she watched it. So she was like my Tinder swindler, specialist, if
Yeah.
you will. Mhm.
I was thinking, I mean, honestly, they said, okay, it's 2 hours. I was like, okay, let me just turn it on. I'm just going to watch a little bit of it. I was hooked. I was so hooked. This is the number one watched documentary ever on Netflix, and I could see why. It's done really well. You should watch it. It's still on.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it now because a couple of people keep telling me, yeah.
So, I mean, it was just really crazy. I'm not going to tell you. I mean, you know the gist of the story anyway, but
Yeah.
just watching it and these women, and
Mhm.
how they got roped in and how he went from one to the next. I mean, this was a 24-hour job that
Yeah.
this thing pulled off, but he made millions of dollars off of these women who didn't even have it like that. But they found the money, borrowed it, did whatever they could for their who they thought was their boo.
And you saw the Diamond the family that he claimed was
They
like his
photoshopped.
they're suing him now.
They
Like
should.
that is the high that's like all over the blogs as of like today. So they got wind of it, they lawyered up and they're
Yeah.
going to sue him. So it's like I don't see him really this 15 minutes of his is about to be up. I don't really see him. That's why he's trying to do a quick cash grab with the
Yeah.
crazy demands for the appearances in clubs, all of that. Like he's trying to get as much money as possible because those lawsuits are going to start piling up.
Yeah, and they should. It's just crazy. I mean, he did a little time and got out early. I just don't even understand all that, but we can go on and on about this. But, it just makes me wonder. I mean, I've not used the dating sites, but most of my friends have. And, sometimes they've had success, sometimes they haven't. I wonder if this is kind of making people think, maybe I'll start dating the old fashioned way. I don't know.
Yeah.
And, when we were talking about that Delta story, I thought maybe that would be a good segue to bring in someone who knows all about travel, but they do it in style. You will never run into anything like that at their hands. When Javonne Harley and Jean Harley and Advantage International has anything to do with your travel, trust me, it's going to be first class. So let's bring in the president of Advantage International, Javonne Harley. Oh my God.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well, hello. And well, I will say good morning because it is morning here. I'm halfway around the world, but when I got the call from Angela, I said, absolutely, I'll get up and do this.
It's like 6 in the morning. Oh, we love you so much, Javonne. So we've got, and Autumn, I know you've got questions too. So Fiji, I'm so honored that I get a chance to host all of our WHUR listeners. And, we're going to Fiji, the Fiji Islands. I've never been there. So we wanted to bring you on to tell us all about it. I mean, I even have all these. I'm going to have to do my research because I was like, is that near Bora Bora? I don't even know. Tell us about the Fiji Islands. It's not. Tell us about it and what people can expect.
Well, it is in the South Pacific. And one thing that I love about the Fiji Islands is that the people are the people because they're Melanesians. So when I say Melanesians, they're Black people. And ancestrally, they are directly from Africa and just never left the area that they explored when they left Africa. So there's no 3 times removed or anything like that. They
Yeah.
are Melanesian, and it's one of the things that I absolutely love. And we're doing the Blue Lagoon cruise, which is a very casual cruise experience, but it gives you such a rich cultural experience. 100% Fijian crew. And when I tell you, because we did it one time before in February of 2020, the crew was so excited to have an all Black guest list. So they were so excited to have African Americans coming over. So it was 100% traveling while Black, because you had the Fijian crew 100% and our travelers 100%. And that's going to be the same thing with WHUR listeners. And it is a fabulous experience because we go to small islands that the big cruise ships can't go to. It's a small cruiser, only 34 cabins. So it's very intimate. We have Fijian cuisine each time we visit these small islands and communities. We have church service with them on Sunday. We go to some of the villages and dine with them. There's one that we dine on the ground. They bring out beautiful sea items and traditional meals that you get to taste, and they will anoint one of the travelers the honorary chief of the of the day. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience, and it's a beautiful place. There's a time where we will just tie the boat off to a palm tree and we can swim ashore. I mean, these experiences are just wonderful.
It sounds like paradise, right, Autumn?
It does. Like, I think I can book my stuff next week, honestly. And I want to vote for Angela to be the chief one day. I don't know if I get a vote. I'm gonna send it with you, Angela.
I'll do it. I'll do it. It's so funny, as I had said, when I first learned I was going to go to Fiji, I was just jumping up and down, excited. And then I'm like, I really don't know. The only thing I know about Fiji, of course, I see pictures here and there, and the water is so crystal blue. And it just looks like paradise. And I drink Fiji water every day. So.
Really?
Oh, really, girl? See, exactly.
I'm going to Fiji, ladies. Hold on.
And she's back. So, Javonne, what can you tell us about Fiji? As you know, Autumn and I have never been there. And, what could you tell us that we don't know, that most people probably don't know? Because, it's a destination. And we know all about the Caribbean, but a lot of people, have not gone to the Fiji Islands.
Right. And it is beautiful. And that's one of the main reasons that people go to a place like the Fiji Islands. And as you mentioned, it being called the Fiji Islands, it's an island nation. It's an archipelago, which means an island nation made up of multiple islands. And so through our 7-night cruise, we're going to visit several of these islands. And there's a rich culture there. But yeah, people go because of the beautiful water, because of the beaches, because of paradise. That's really the reason that people go. But we always like to, as you know, Angela, a destination is nothing without its people, right? Yeah. So you really have to learn the culture, and those are the experiences that you will have. As I mentioned, going to church service. We do something that's called a logo. It's very similar to a luau in Hawaii, because there's a lot of connection with the Polynesian islands. So the Polynesian islands, you mentioned Bora Bora and like Tahiti and so forth. That's the Polynesian islands. So we're going to the Fiji Islands, which is the Melanesian. So that's that different. And the people look very different. There's more of an Asian mixed culture in the Polynesian Islands, where the Fiji culture, as I said, is very much their own. And the people, being Melanesian, are directly from Africa. Yeah.
I love that. I've never heard the term Melanesian. I thought you were making that up, but that's real. I thought you were just saying that. Yeah.
No.
Okay. I can get with the Melanesian. I may coin a term.
Yeah. So you'll find some similar.
Oh, I love that. And so Autumn, I
Yeah,
didn't want
so you'll find some similarities, but there are some differences as well.
yeah. Nice, very nice. Well, I'm just so excited, and I know I've gone on trips with you and Jean, Advantage International, through WHUR once, and I think once. Oh no, actually, twice with WHUR to South Africa, and once to Cuba. And every single time I travel with Advantage International, it is top notch. As you mentioned, you went there in 2020, and I know that when you go to a place, you and Jean scout it out, you find out things that they're doing locally that that we can do. And it's not a normal travel agency. And that's why I keep coming back. And I know that's why WHUR continues, the relationship with Advantage International. I remember in South Africa, remember we had, you found out like the people who needed books and food and all that stuff. And we were able to, we had the choice of contributing money in advance. And you guys went and bought book bags and books and all that stuff, right? Those are the kinds of things that you guys do.
We did. We did. We always love to connect with a culture. And it's one of our aesthetics. But he said a destination isn't anything without its people. Go visit the Eiffel Tower, or here in well, not here because I'm no longer in Dubai, but in Dubai, the tallest building in the world. For example, there we connected with a gentleman, the Arab culturalist, so that we could really understand not just the Emirati culture, but to understand the Arabic culture, to understand the Islamic culture. Because one thing I find is that when there's ignorance, is when there's bigotry, right? So you don't have to agree. You don't have to say this is right or this is wrong. It's just a matter of respect. But respect can't come first without that understanding. And that's why it's so important. No matter travel, connect with the people.
Thank you.
And it's fun. You learn so many wonderful things.
Yeah, that's so, so true. And I love that. I mean, from, the giving away things to the wineries. We were in South Africa and, went to the different wineries, and you guys found in Cuba these Black owned restaurants. And I mean, I love the fact that you guys go in advance and find these very special things that the local people are doing. And I'm sure they appreciate seeing all these Black people come into their businesses as well. Yeah, absolutely.
They do. And that's one of the things, we do have a marketing brand called Traveling While Black. And Traveling While Black isn't just about what we experience when we travel. It's also introducing ourselves to the world.
Yeah.
Because, pardon me, people have a stereotype of Black people in general, and then African Americans as well, because it's based on what they see on the media, and they see snippets in the media. So it doesn't tell the whole story. So that Traveling While Black experience is as much about us introducing ourselves to the world, because when, for example, the trip I have now, we have so many medical professionals, from doctors and RNs, psychiatrists, biochemists. We have educators who are PhDs. And people don't understand or recognize the diversity within the Black community,
Yeah.
right? So it's
Sure.
very important that we introduce ourselves to the world as well.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, as you know, I spent a whole lot of time, years in Asia singing, especially Tokyo, Japan. And they weren't used to seeing a whole lot of Black people staying where I was staying, and just the misconceptions. And then on the other side, before I went to Asia, I had a misconception about Asia. I didn't know how different all of the different cultures are, how completely different, Japan is from China, and from, Singapore, from Thailand, from all these places. And you don't know a thing until you go. And that's how you get rid of the ignorance. And that's on us and on them, just, traveling. So I love what you're doing. I love, the whole reason that you started your travel agency was because of this, introducing us to other cultures, us as Black Americans, to other cultures and traveling in style. That part, especially that part.
And it's always that part. It's always that part, right?
Yes. So that's awesome.
And one of the other reasons that I did too is that one of the other reasons that I did too is that oftentimes as a single Black traveler, you feel like you're in a fishbowl, right? Everybody's looking at you like,
Yeah.
who are you? Why are you here? And so traveling with a group, you have this sense of comfort, this sense of kinship, camaraderie. You can relax, you can have a great time, and that's really what group travel is all about, as well. And all of those experiences, as I talked about. And I wanted to tell you, if you're a scuba diver, certainly if you love the water, Fiji is beautiful. They have some fantastic scuba diving experiences.
Hmm.
And one experience we're going to give everyone, if you want to try it, and you don't need to be a scuba diver, you can even put on a life vest if you're not a great swimmer,
You have
but
to
you
know
can
how to
swim with
swim.
the reef sharks. You
Huh?
could just wade in the water, but but you can swim with the reef sharks. Yes.
I might be on the beach for that one. I'll just watch. I'll take pictures. I see people swimming with sharks and doing things with these animals that are known to kill people.
Well, the reef sharks are small. The reef sharks are small, and they're not aggressive sharks.
Oh,
And it's the crew will have an experienced guide and diver who is very familiar with the behaviors of the sharks, and they're going to be there with you. And so yes, it is in the wild, but still it's a fantastic experience. And the
yeah,
last time we did it, everyone came back in perfect health. So
yeah, that's good. With all their limbs. Can you
yeah.
swim, Autumn? Can you swim?
Oh, I'm a fish. I love water. I love the ocean. I mean, Fiji sounds amazing. But Javonne, I do want to know, of all of the places, because it sounds like you're very well traveled, what is your absolute favorite place that you visited?
Everyone always asks me that question, and I don't know if I have an all-time favorite, but what I will say is that there are certain destinations that I love things about. For example, South Africa is in my heart. I absolutely love South Africa, and one of the reasons I really connected with the people there. The tour company that we use, we've been using for more than 20 years, 15 years. It's a mom and pop. They know the destination. They know Soweto. We've met their children, their grandchildren. So they've shown us a South Africa that is beautiful, and connecting with the people there. That's what I say. It's really a part that's in my heart. I love the Champagne region of France. So there's like certain things that I like about destinations that I have a memory of a great experience there.
That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And I know people watching, I I could talk to both of you ladies all night, but they're giving the Sandman is giving us the hook. But for people who are watching and I know they're interested in going to Fiji as soon as possible. People need a break. We've been through a lot, and it's time. We can get out, we can do something, we can go someplace beautiful. I want all my listeners, all WHUR listeners, to come on this trip. I know it's limited, so hurry up. But how do they do it?
Go to advantage-intl.com, or they can and you can find the same link there. And yes, I know, and we haven't talked about it, but traveling now, as I said, we started with a group in Dubai 2 weeks ago. Jean and I stayed over and we greeted another group that came in, and that's the group that left yesterday. Some went home, some came with me to the Maldives. And then we have another group coming in Dubai because there's the expo there. And
Oh,
we're navigating, bless you, we're navigating the
yeah.
COVID
Bless
restrictions. And
you.
so it's very doable.
Oh,
You use the same precautions.
I know it keeps freezing
I
up
think I
just a little,
lost sound.
but Autumn, God bless you. I see you sneezing over there.
Ah, okay.
and,
Yeah.
and yes, and it froze up a little bit when you were talking, Javonne. I know they can go to advantageinternational.com and WHUR.com. But is that the right website for you?
Advantage dash, right. I think maybe, yes, maybe best go to a WHUR.com and then find a link there. And it'll take you to the WHUR Fiji Island cruise. And again, a fantastic island and cultural experience.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Only because, oh, well, because it's Fiji, but also because knowing that Advantage International is at the helm there. I mean, you guys always do it right. You do it first class. And I've been on these trips before I was with WHUR. I just, took a trip with you guys, and that it was amazing. And then when I joined WHUR, I did the WHUR World Tour and always first class with you. So thank you for taking the time to hang out with my girl and me. Hanging out with Autumn.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. So we'll talk again. I would love to have you on Pillow Talk as well. And, I'll let everybody, I'll come up with a steamy topic, steamy travel related topic.
Mm.
Hmm. Get
There's
ready.
lots to tell.
Oh my God. We're here for all of it. Again, thank you so much. And before we let you go, just shout out your social media as well.
It's Advantage International LLC. You can find us across the board on any of your platforms.
That's good branding. Javonne, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Javonne.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Autumn, oh my gosh, another fun show.
Another amazing show. Yeah, I wanted to ask so many more questions, but I was completely engulfed in what she was saying about the different experiences. I mean, Fiji sounds like it's about to be a lit situation.
It's
I'm
gonna
excited for
be so
you.
lit. I mean, I'm going to take as many pictures as possible. Maybe we could figure out, I don't know what the time, I have to check the time difference. Maybe I could come on your show. And give
Yes.
that, what's happening.
I
I'll
was just thinking that. Yes.
I would love to do that.
Broadcast live from the beaches of Fiji. Make my listeners.
I'll tell you about the other people and the sharks. I'm not doing it. I'm saying no. I have my limits. Autumn, shout out anything that you want, whatever you have.
Sure. Yeah, guys, come follow me on my social media. Autumn Joy with an I live. Catch me Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on WHUR, and look forward to connecting with you all.
Love it. And don't forget, follow her at Autumn Joy Live. And then next week on the A-List, we're going to talk with Sherry Warren, who has this documentary out. That's going to be really great. So make sure you don't miss the A-List. In fact, don't ever miss the A-List. And keep checking out HUR at home. Go to WHUR.com, get the complete lineup. And if there are any shows that you missed, you can find them all there. All right, number one, midday. What's my favorite show? Autumn
Pillow Talk.
You're
a listen, girl.
My favorite is yours. Your favorite is mine. Love you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.